It is a cold night in western Pennsylvania as we bring you inside Heinz Field here in Pittsburgh. They love the black and gold here in the Steel City, and a few moments ago, their Steelers emerged from the Heinz Field tunnel. They're set, we're set, as the Steelers are ready to do battle with the Chicago Bears. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble, bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. This defense for the Steelers, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
A give. This is Montgomery. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Running with Montgomery from the pistol. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. This defense for the Steelers, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. And off comes to Montgomery. 5 yards, and that means they come up short as they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Back deep, Ray McLeod. Looking into the raindrops, and he muffs it. And this is picked up by the Bears. And maybe getting a little too cute there on the punt return. Sometimes they forget Paramount holding on to that football.
I really do believe most of the return guys think to themselves, when I get the ball, I'm going to make the play that's going to change the game.
I'm going to break it.
I'm going to break it. And you love that they have that attitude, but your point is so well taken. What do you have to do? First and foremost,
hold on to it.
Take care of the football. That's all he needed to do.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Quick throw taken in by Snead. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. David Montgomery, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bears have taken the early lead. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Mon looks to throw on first down. Short little throw to Ebron, and not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Not much there, only a yard.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Mon going to throw it. He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth. And CD, defensively, you're going against a hot quarterback coming off a 3-touchdown game in their victory a week ago. But what's the big key for them to try to slow him down?
You ask all the tough questions, don't you, partner? Because with this guy, if you blitz him, he takes advantage of that man coverage and burns you. But if you bring on those extra DBs, he sits back there and does what he wants. To me, it's going to be those DBs. When they catch the ball, big-time tackles, really put it on those receivers.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Here's Harris. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. 5 yards remain on second down. Now Mon. He gets this one to Johnson. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 24-yard line. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
On 1st and 10, here's Mon. That's swung out wide to Harris. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that would be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll try to run with Harris. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Najee Harris, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers are an extra point away from taking the lead. Boswell now for the extra point. Footing likely going to be an issue all night here on a rainy night, but this one is good. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. 3-5 is where they sit on the year. A very uneven start is certainly not an ideal position to be in at the halfway point of the season. CB, do you see an avenue where they can still be a playoff team, or is that ship sailed?
Well, since you took me to the nautical side, I'm going to try and keep up here because to me, this ship is about ready to pull out of port. These next couple of games are absolute must-wins for them. Now, if they can win a couple, get to 5-5, maybe they start believing in themselves. But a loss here, that would move them to 3-6. And if that's the case, well, that boat is going to head out to the harbor with them still on the dock.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a run with Montgomery. Shreds the tackle. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
That was a good, forceful run, and it demonstrates why you've got to put your body on a runner when you're trying to tackle him. If you just go in there and just try and get him down with arm tackles, usually doesn't work very well, and we saw in that play, he'll run right through those attempted plays.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
1st down. Here's the run to Montgomery. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
On 3rd down, they go Montgomery. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. Maybe some indecision there on what looked to be an RPO. He wound up keeping it, but that defense right on him to strip it away.
And typically when we see that type of indecision on an RPO, that means it's well defended. He had nowhere to go with it, and that allowed the defense to get to him and knock it free and make it a turnover.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 41 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. They run with Harris. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
58, right over there, yeah. Mike, 58. Green Jack. 58's Mike, 58. 58's Mike. Go, go, go. 58, boys, 58. 58's Mike. Hey, get in the way.
Bond looks to throw. Ebron caught left side. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. And Boswell missed it. Missed it to the right. No good. And this score will stay right where it is.
I tell you, it's not easy kicking field goals in the best of conditions. You add in a downpour like we're in right now, it makes it that much harder. And sure enough, they can't convert here.
They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. And they try to set up the screen, but that almost disaster as it falls incomplete. Very nearly a turnover, but it's 4th down. Here's Brian Anger now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. McLeod to return it. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You always feel like you want to get it in the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost, so.
It does test the mental processes of a team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the ball. But you need to keep his confidence up, because how many times have we seen games where it comes down to the stretch? And guess what? You need that guy to make the big kick for you.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Blowing that play up, Roquan Smith, as he gets the sack.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball in this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. They hand this off to Harris. And from the 4, they get it to the 8 on a pickup of 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
On 3rd down, here's Harris. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down. On is Presley Harvin now as he'll send this one away. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. On 4th down, the rookie Presley Harvin on to punt for the Steelers. Tariq Cohen is deep for the Bears. It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And with decent starting field position, there may be only a couple completions away from field goal range. On 1st down, Fields. What a catch there by Robinson. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Give him 32 on the play.
I don't think we'll ever get enough of watching one-handed catches, and when they pay off, they are spectacular. But how about the times they don't pay off and coaches go, 2 hands still works.
I know, but they go for them so often now that I'm almost starting to take them for granted.
Yeah, that's unbelievable, isn't it? Because these are sensational type plays.
Especially that one with a defender right there. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the 2nd quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum, because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. So we're at halftime here on a Monday night. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the 2nd half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
They do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They go play action here. Mond. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. And looked like some movement there. Let's get the call. And that'll set him back 5. Here's Mond. Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Go! 58, boys, 58. 58 is Mike. Take me up. Here we go. 58's the Mike. 58's the Mike. Check pass, check pass.
To throw again on 2nd down. Mond. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. They were looking for Johnson that time, but now it's 3rd down.
Mike 38, Mike 38. Here we go, D. All day, defense, all day, all day. Not today, you are. Not today.
From the gun, here's Mond. Under pressure is Mond, and he'll go down. That's sacked by Khalil Mack.
You say Khalil Mack, and offensive coordinators get very, very nervous, and there's another example of exactly why. 9 sacks in 2020. He's been named to 6 consecutive Pro Bowls and been an All-Pro in 2 of the previous 3 seasons in Chicago.
The Steelers send out their punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. To Montgomery to begin the drive. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. 56 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. One play action. Fields. This is caught by Robinson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Fields to the veteran Robinson for the Chicago first. They'll run on 1st down. It's Montgomery. He'll get only a couple down to the 44.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Second and 8 coming up. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Fields on target to Mooney, first down Chicago. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On the carry, it's Montgomery. Stopped short of the 25. The second effort couldn't free him.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Out of the gun, running with Cohen. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
Well, that
It is a cold night in western Pennsylvania as we bring you inside Heinz Field here in Pittsburgh. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Chicago Bears. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. This defense for the Steelers, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Montgomery. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line. This defense for the Steelers, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Now left side on the swing pass.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Now the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And he will have the Bears first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. Now a shotgun handoff to Cohen. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. But the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. To throw is Fields. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
I think that's how this defense is going to need to play these tight ends. They got to get right up on them and stay physical. And that paid off on that play, helping force that incompletion.
On is the punter, Brian Anger, to kick this one away. Ray McLeod deep for Pittsburgh. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And that will hit and continue on out of bounds.
We're certainly not going to see a better punt than that. Definitely taking a chance because if that thing clips the pylon, it comes out to the 20, but instead it goes out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
And they'll run for the first time with Najee Harris. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Harris going to get it again on second down.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
On the give, this is Harris.
And they're able to corral him right around the 8, and that's short of the 1st down. A gain of 4, not enough, and it looks like punt time on their opening drive as it's 4th down. The Steelers send out their punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. .47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Hey, take a shot now.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
First down, they run again. Here's Montgomery. And a penalty flag is down to the backfield as they finally bring him to the turf. And I'm not sure this is going to stand. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Following the penalty, Montgomery. It's a gain of 7 on the ground. 2nd down coming up. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
On 2nd down now. It's Cohen. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 16 yards is the pickup there and a 1st down for Chicago. And off comes to Montgomery. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Fields. And he whips that one incomplete there. Trying to get it to Tariq Cohen out of the backfield. And that'll make it 3rd down.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. Fields. The screen pass here to Cohen. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
The whole idea of the screen pass is to fool the defense in a big way and create a big play.
They weren't fooled.
Not 1 second, not 1 bit. How about them figuring it out, diagnosing it, and spilling it for lost yardage?
Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that, too. But it was the crossbar that said otherwise, and that'll deny him a shot at 3.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And they are over 500 for the season, 4-3. They got back above 500 with a victory last week. And, Charles, you think this is a very important week for them, do you not?
I certainly do, because when you start to do the math, and yes, I'm using my fingers to count. If you're 4-4 at the midway point, Let's say you're saying 10 wins is your cutoff line for a playoff berth. It's usually right around that number. A loss here, all of a sudden you've got to go 6-2 down the stretch just to reach 10 wins. That means this game is vital.
Deshaun Gibson there on the tackle. We're scoreless after one. On second down, this is Harris. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Oh, that's a very good run there by Najee Harris, who can take it inside. He can get to the perimeter. He can do it all with his build and his speed. This is a guy coming out of Alabama who did everything for the Crimson Tide. That's why Pittsburgh took him in the first round. Last in the league in rushing as a team last year were the Steelers. They're expecting Harris to kickstart their running game.
It was Troy Hill that time in on the tackle.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
On second down, it's Harris, and he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
I know flashy plays, as people like to call them, that attracts a lot of attention. But let's face it, when you're efficient, that can control a ball game. And I love the game plan they've got going right now.
Back-to-back 5-yard gains. Didn't force the ball downfield, picked it up on the ground.
Yeah, offensive line, they're getting it done.
55 rushing yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Snell. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. And a little bit of space there, takes it inside the 5 to the 3. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Najee Harris, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are on the board first here tonight.
Well, they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times, that's a passing play.
And the kicker just has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
The offensive penalty has us back where we started as they come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a 1st down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10.
Bert, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Off play action, Fields. And this will be incomplete.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Fields. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 43. That one good for 16 as the drive continues. 1st down. Here's the run with Montgomery. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. T.J. Watt in on the tackle.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Still a couple yards short of the 1st as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. Oh, Montgomery just unable to twist free as they hit him short of the line to gain. He needed 2. He got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. And he's going to miss this one. That is no good. Well outside the left upright. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Mon to the air on 1st and 10. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Mond out of the shotgun. He'll find Smith-Schuster again. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. to throw. It's brought in by Harris. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Rookie quarterback, rookie running back. They team up there to pick up the first.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 68 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. A give to Harris. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Back to throw here. He'll find Najee Harris, and he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. They push forward, but I don't think it's enough. He's going to be about a yard short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Boswell's kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. 1 second, all that remains. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. So we're at halftime here on a Monday night as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Ray McCloud to return. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. This is Harris. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 94 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They hand this off to Harris. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
On the ground, it's Harris. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Second and 8. Here's Harris. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going. On
2nd down now.
It's Harris. And once again, he's going to be stopped up behind the line. Second straight play. Shades of the 85 Bear defense a little bit. If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on third down.
58 Mike.
They'll look to throw. He gets it complete to Harris. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up fourth down. And Boswell's kick is good. And that will bump up the lead again to 12-0. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
For the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Now it's Fields off the bootleg. Eluding the pressure right. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Fields, we know he has the good mobility. He flashes it there as he scrambles for the first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Running left, Montgomery. Montgomery a first down and then some. And he'll take this down to the 40-yard line. 80 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, where they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle, or if you bring your tight end over there. Either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage. You got a chance to rumble.
Third quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up. Here's Fields. And this is caught. It's Jimmy Graham. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to move the sticks with a gain of 4 on 3rd and inches. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
A give. This is Montgomery. Down to the 25.
Buddy Johnson there on the stop.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Now the throw here complete on the right sideline. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Just a gorgeous fall afternoon in the heart of Texas. No weather to speak of. Sun out, roof open. Yes, yes, and yes. A great day for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Obviously, they do everything big here in Dallas, and the introduction to the Cowboys, no exception. They're set for football in Big D as their guys will do battle with the New York Giants. On the return, Tony Pollard from his end zone. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2.
I can't believe they even let you play. Hey, look, 48. Look, let's go.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. The give is to Elliott. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
They'll try to throw now. Prescott looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
An early message that this secondary is going to be tested because even though it fell incomplete, it almost felt like a warning shot to get things going.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. And that's caught inside the 35. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now back to the ground with Elliott. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Here's 2nd and 10. A give to Elliott. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
8th play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. A first down carry by Elliott. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
from the 16. Prescott flush to his right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. A good decision in the end to pull it and run. Gets him 9 yards and a first.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. First and goal.
Now Elliott. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard that time. Second and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
They'll try again with Elliott. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, and now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
Prescott on 3rd and goal. Rolling to his left. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Credit the Giants defense that time in pass coverage. 4th down. Zerline's kick is up and through.
So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
After the made field goal, Zerline back out there now to send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Saquon Barkley. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
This defense for the Cowboys, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there. And they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Three 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
2nd and 4.
Now Jones. That's complete to John Ross. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 30. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains. Throwing Jones. He's going to air one out. Open man, he's got him. It's Tony for a Giant touchdown. Kadarius Toney, his first NFL reception, goes for 6. And the Giants have taken the lead. Graham Gano on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. On the return, Tony Pollard from his end zone. And he returns this to the 22. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Second and 10. Prescott from the gun. They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Off play action. Jones. That is knocked away and incomplete, but a penalty flag. In the backfield, this might be a roughing call. The hit comes late. We saw it. There's your flag.
And we know that there's a guideline, right? Ball's gone. You get 1 step. If you're within 1 step of the quarterback, you can hit him as long as it's still done legally. But anything outside of that looks like an extra step was involved.
Flushed out right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. That play gets him 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they...
Touchdown! Saquon Barkley, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. CD for them, this has just been an offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the 1st quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the 2nd. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
On the return, Tony Pollard from his end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott.
That is caught by Lamb.
Touchdown, Cowboys!
CeeDee Lamb.
82 yards. And the Cowboys are able to show off their quick strike ability.
Partner, you know what the real key is to stopping a good passing attack?
You tell me.
Being able to tackle as soon as a guy catches the football.
Didn't work out there.
No, because when you give up the big run after catch, the rack yardage, that puts your defense in a big-time stressful position.
A lot of rack yardage and a touchdown there on the big play. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43.
43 yards on the ground for him so far.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. A handoff, Barkley running left. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making.
And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So retract the yardage and retract the touchdown.
And retract the chunk play. Big strike there to get the touchdown. Now they've got to take it back and see if they've got another one still in their arsenal.
This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Jones. Escaping the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. This Cowboy defense looked ready for that 3rd down pass. Brings up 4th.
And I feel like my man, Old Mo, momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
Gano's kick is good. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10.
So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. The tackle made by Blake Martinez.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan. Here's a diving catch right side. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. And it's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
5 in the secondary now for the Giants here on third. Prescott to throw it. They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. And that now 2 interceptions thrown in the second quarter.
And you know, a lot of people look at these guys and they think to themselves that maybe, possibly, they're still thinking about the first one. And they probably are. I think in this case, he's just trying to atone for the first interception. Tried a little bit too hard, maybe forced it a bit, and instead created a second one.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. A good first down call as the screenplay gets him 9. And just a yard to go here on second down. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 74 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Giants add on to their lead. Extra point try good by Gano. And the lead now up to 14. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. On the return, Tony Pollard from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.